2020 has been tough on first responders and their families, from COVID-19 to the unprecedented wildfires. Nurses, paramedics, police officers, and EMS technicians have been working around the clock to keep us all safe and healthy. Often overlooked are their families, who spend increased time away from their loved ones and face the fear of losing first responders in the line of duty. This year, my friends at Localish have teamed up with a charity very near and dear to my heart, the First Responders Children's Foundation, to tell the stories of incredible first responders and their families. The First Responders Children's Foundation is making sure the kids in these incredible families aren't forgotten this holiday season, and they've got a few incredible surprises for the grown-ups too.
Oh my God.
So stick around as we celebrate these incredible families and all of our nation's first responders.
Hi, welcome to More in Common. I'm Michael Koenig. This is a show that recognizes we have a lot more in common than we think. And at the end of this incredibly challenging year, we wanted to recognize first responders who have done so much to put the safety and health of others before their own. And we're kicking it off with the story of a nurse, Cecilia Moore, who's been serving patients with Alzheimer's until the pandemic forced her to make a difficult choice.
I look at it like becoming elderly and going through dementia or Alzheimer's is like the reversal of life. So if you can care for these people the way that you would care for your children, you know, with love and patience and kindness, then yeah, you'll be great for the job. So my name is Cecilia Moore. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. And up until March of 2020, I was employed at one of the local hospitals as a state-tested nurse assistant, which is a STNA. I knew that I wanted to help others ever since I was little. But then, like in 2012, my grandmother passed away. She had dementia, and she really didn't respond well to people. She forgot pretty much everybody around her, but she remembered who I was.
In this tragic loss, Cecilia found her calling.
So I was like, you know, this is probably something that I would like to do. It started off really as like a comforting thing. I wanted to be around elderly people because I longed for her so much. Nothing makes me happier than coming to a nursing home caring for someone who hasn't had a good bath in a while, and I give them that really good bath and then lotion them down from head to toe and wash their hair, and they just have that like sigh of relief, like,
But when the pandemic hit, Cecilia was forced to leave her job to care for her family.
I absolutely love being an STNA. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't miss my job. Like I'm really fighting tears right now.
And when her husband was laid off, she felt her family had hit rock bottom.
It's just been so hard. I'm sorry to keep crying. When you're always the strong one and you're always the one, you know, that everybody calls for advice, that everybody calls when they need someone, and then I've been struggling. I'm crying, but I'm okay.
As the holidays approach, Cecilia and her family are relying on their traditions to keep them cheerful. She also started a GoFundMe to try and turn things around.
I kind of love the Christmas Day because we will all go to church. Because sometimes that mama let us go shopping with her and we get to pick out one thing, but we can't do that because of COVID. So we might just order stuff, and we usually gonna have a movie night, watch TV together.
This year, the Toy Express is stopping by Cecilia's home to drop off some truly incredible gifts for her family. Stay tuned for the surprise.
Santa Claus come and give us presents.
2020 has been an unprecedented year of gratitude. From the nightly cheers for the first responders to those random acts of kindness for essential workers during the lockdown. There's so many ways to say thanks, but this brother-sister duo in Texas did it the old-fashioned way, by writing notes.
When I first got the note, honestly, it stopped me in my track.
Thank you for being a hero. Praying for you. Stay healthy, Victor, and graceful. My name is Victor Choa Eze, and I am 8.
My name is Grace Latoy, and I'm 5.
We're making Thank you notes for all the nurses in Texas because they're risking their lives to save us because of the coronavirus.
One of the Saturdays, my daughter came and pulled me from downstairs and she's like, Mom, come and see all the thank you notes we've made, and the whole table was covered with thank you notes that they had written. The name of this project is the Happy Heroes Project. It's amazing in that in the midst of all the chaos and everything, the doom and gloom around us, it was really interesting to see the kids come up with a way to reach out to nurses.
Everybody's kind of having a hard time. So for some children to actually sit down and take out time and handwrite this note, it blew my mind. It was like in the middle of a shift and we're all running crazy and busy. So as soon as we got a little bit of break, I went around and I said, hey, I have this notes from, this kids that I know, and they're just trying to pour their love to us.
They sent us some nice videos and pictures saying thank you. And we thought maybe every nurse should feel happy like she did. So our goal is to make enough cards for every nurse in Texas.
Having to see them take ownership of it, write thank you notes that they want to send out to the nurses, doctors, janitors, those on the front lines, that's really impressive, and I'm really proud of them.
If I'm having a tough day, I just look at it and I smile. Like there are kids somewhere that they're thinking about you, they're rooting for you guys. It's kind of like sunshine in your day that pops up every time you look at it.
When we come back, COVID-19 wasn't the only thing first responders protected us from this year.
Back at it again.
And later, our first responders get a big surprise.
You have to have your heart in it. Your heart has to be in it. We go through a lot of suck, and you have to learn to embrace it and get through it. Hi, my name is James Hopwood. I am a volunteer firefighter with Spring Valley Fire Department.
In 2016, when the wildfires decimated much of California, James knew he had to get involved.
I've seen all the fires going on, and it was something I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to help out. So I looked up ways to be more involved, and Mission College and Spring Valley Fire Department, those both popped up.
This year, against the backdrop of COVID-19, California experienced some of the largest blazes in history, and James was on the front lines each day.
They paired us up. I was a paramedic, and they would send out multiple cars, and we would go and pretty much spend maybe about 15, 20-hour shifts working at the facilities, and then when we would get out, we would go back to our hotel room.
Back at it again.
Because of his job, he had to spend long periods of time away from his family.
I think I was gone for about a month and a half, so that was a pretty big impact. I haven't been gone from my family for that long ever, so I had missed them a lot.
When he was away, it was not that fun. We couldn't watch movies with him and talk to him.
Uncle's like a superhero.
So I'm already tired as it is, so it's kind of hard to. And when I get out, sometimes it's in the AM when the kids are still asleep, so there wasn't too much communication, and I didn't really have enough time to be able to talk to them, so that impacted me a little bit. I miss my family a lot, and I'm sure they miss me as well.
But when he finally returned, his family was excited to greet him.
Sometimes we have our days where I kind of volunteer to do a little bit too much. I'm working on it though, trying to juggle family life and also while helping out.
To thank James for his service, the Toy Express is stopping by Milpitas, California to surprise the Hopwood family. More in Common is all about going beyond stereotypes. And while we've all heard of firemen, when we discovered that there was an all-female fire station out in California, we wanted to meet that incredible crew.
Today is an exciting day for us. We have an all-female crew that we haven't had before in PFD history. So we're excited today to be able to be on the rig together and enjoy this kind of fun day for all of us. We've had a couple times where I've had, 2 other females on the rig, but having 4 is first time. I think it means that we get to look around our rig and look at the effort that each of us has put in and being able to either promote or get hired as a female, which is not always easy.
The physical demands are high, right? Because whether we're male or female, we still have to perform the same job, right? The community depends on us. We respond to all types of emergencies, whether that be fire, rescue, medical emergencies, traffic collisions. So there is people that will comment and say, thank you for what you do. Thank you for, showing the younger community that this is possible, right?
This has been something that we've looked forward to growing up, and we put a lot of effort into it, and we trained and we studied, and we took the same test everybody else did, and we didn't give up, and you can do it too if you put your mind to it. We're not out here to necessarily get noticed, but we're just doing our job, getting off the rig and going in and helping people.
When we come back, we're celebrating a family of first responders.
But who's gonna take care of me if I get sick? You guys do.
We'll just do the same thing you did for us.
And later, the big surprise.
My name is Damaris Padilla, and I've been an EMT in Boston, Mass. for almost 14 years now.
My name is Kermit Robinson, I'm Damaris' husband, and I work in the operating room as a surgical tech, so I'm also working on the front line.
I have 4 children. One isn't here, he's in school in Alabama. I've been with Kermit for almost 11 years now. We both work 2 jobs. We just trying to make it through the pandemic. I think it was maybe 3 months after I graduated that I started working for the ambulance company that I work for now, and I've been there ever since. At first it was scary. I think that I didn't really realize what I signed up for. You see like everything on TV and it's nothing like that.
After 14 years of working as an EMT, this was Damaris' most challenging year yet.
I think it's the not knowing when we get these calls who's COVID positive and who's not. We were short PPE at the beginning. I have not received hazard pay the whole time. It's definitely been stressful, and I try not to show it so that the kids can, live normal lives, but it's definitely scary.
In addition to stress at work, Damaris' family was also affected by the virus.
My oldest had COVID first, and then my youngest tested positive a week later. My hands were wrinkled from bleaching everything. My daughter would help me bring food for them. She would cook and do whatever she needed to do to help them. And we managed to keep 3 out of 5 healthy. But who's gonna take care of me if I get sick? You guys do.
We'll just do the same thing you did for us.
I have a lot of stories for the kids when I come home. It's interesting enough that my 2 boys that are in college right now decided to go to nursing school.
If I wasn't going to college for nursing, I don't know what I would want to do in my life. Like following my mom's footsteps, filling in those shoes and making her proud, making a change.
I feel happy and proud that I have 2 parents that are saving other people's lives, and just knowing that they help people around me, our community, it just makes me really happy.
With the family all together again, they're hoping to continue some of their holiday traditions.
We have a tradition where every year on Christmas Eve, we have a family date. We either do movies or bowling as our date. We play games at home, we bake, and then Christmas morning, we wake the whole house up with like Christmas carols. And then when everyone's up, we sit in a circle and we open gifts. I think that our tradition still fits with the current situation. We can still do what we normally do. We don't know if we're gonna be able to go out for our bowling date and all that, but I'm sure that we can make up for it in other ways. I can be creative, I'll do something. Even if we bowl at home, and we'll do something. But it's definitely something that has humbled us. I feel like we're all humble. Like we realize what's important, what's not important, things that we don't need in life that we always thought was like this huge deal. And now we're like, no, all we need is each other. So I think that that's the biggest thing.
After the break, the Toy Express is coming to town.
The First Responders Children Foundation made it easier on me so I can make it easier on the citizens in my community.
And a very special surprise for these hero parents.
Thank you guys.
Down in Fort Worth, Texas, Deputy Brian Woodard is showing what it means not only to protect, but to also serve your community, especially around the holidays.
As a police officer, I've always been in the community and love to do things for people to make them smile, because you never know what anybody's going through in the background. You never know. So you know what? A lot of people are having a really hard time right now. Just go ahead and make somebody smile today.
Hey! Come on now.
Man, shut up!
Who said that?
Brian started to document his day-to-day activities on Facebook, showing him at home with friends and family, and at work interacting with members of his community.
You kind of see both sides of law enforcement, my personal life and my professional life. That's why it's called the everyday life of Deputy Brian Woodard. I tell people all the time, you can protect people all day long. We also cannot forget about the service. The service is being in the community, checking on people, getting to know people who you are dealing with in your neighborhood or in your area. To be a part of the community is to actually be inside of it.
All right, guys. Still out here serving, y'all.
This holiday, Brian is giving out toys to kids in his community to help spread some cheer.
There are a lot of people who have lost their jobs. There are a lot of people who are not working. I'm honored for the First Responders Children Foundation to allow me to be able to continue to serve my community. They made it easier on me so I can make it easier on the citizens in my community.
And now we're checking in with the president of the First Responders Children Foundation to hear how they're bringing the Toy Express to life. Jillian, it's so good to connect with you. And your organization is one that does so much for first responders. Tell us about your organization.
First Responders Children's Foundation started as a response to 9/11. 800 children lost a first responder parent. So the foundation began then to take care of those children, and we've helped thousands of children go to college. During COVID, we realized we had to quickly expand our definition of first responder to include nurses and medical personnel. They needed financial assistance. They needed money in their hands because suddenly they had to do double shifts, pay for childcare. They were really worried about bringing COVID-19 home to their families, so they were sleeping in their cars. So actually, Ryan Seacrest was one of the first people who came to the foundation and helped us.
Please join me in donating today to the First Responders Children's Foundation.
And we ended up buying 13,000 hotel room nights with food stipends for first responders so they wouldn't have to go home and infect their families, which turned into us creating a supply chain of PPE. And we now have gotten out over 750,000 masks. We're in every state. So we helped agencies all over the country who really didn't have masks.
It's vital supplies, and we're in the holidays. And tell us about the Toy Express.
We know there is a huge financial hardship happening, particularly the first responders. And we knew people were going to really have a hard time affording gifts for the children. And we thought, well, maybe we could just do something like bring them some joy. We decided that we would reach out to our partners. So American Girl, Mattel, Hess, TQL, CSX basically started delivering toys. So we're now delivering pallets of thousands of toys to all of these agencies, and then individual first responder families who we want them to have something to give their children.
Thank you, Jillian, so much for your time today and the wonderful work of your organization.
We really appreciate that we've had the opportunity to share the story of the foundation and just what the first responder community is dealing with right now.
As we speak, toys are being delivered across the country to first responders and their families to help make their holidays bright.
They were so happy. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys put the biggest smiles on their face. They were so excited.
Oh, you got one too,
It was really nice. The kids were excited. I know they were anxious to open them.
Hey, basketball! Whoa! Let's go! Oh my god! Oh god! That's creepy!
Thank you, First Responders Children Foundation.
And now we're checking back in with a few of the families that touched our hearts for an extra special holiday surprise. You faced enormous challenges, both your dedication and your ability to understand the people in your care. I was blown away.
We appreciate the work you've been doing, and we want you to have a really wonderful holiday season because you deserve it and your family deserves it. Please accept this grant in the amount of $3,000 grant.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been so hard.
That's why the First Responders Children's Foundation is here, really, to give back to the community of first responders that has sacrificed so much. And we want to recognize you for that and wish you a very happy holiday season.
Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I just appreciate you. I'm gonna cry, baby, so I'm probably gonna cry for the rest of the day. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You, Damaris, have been coming to the rescue for others for 16 years as an EMT.
I think what makes her special is the amount of self-determination she has.
The endless amount of sacrifice that she puts in daily.
Oh my God.
Oh, well,
Oh my God. Please accept this grant in the amount of $3,000. We at the First Responders Children's Foundation thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Happy holiday to you and your family, and thank you for all that you've done. Giving back to those who've given so much feels good, and I want to thank the First Responders Children Foundation for letting me see the work that they do and meet the incredible people who day after day have served and supported our country. And so, as we come to the end of this holiday season, I encourage us all to think about the little things we can do to show our gratitude. A warm smile or a thank you note goes a long way. I'm Michael Koenigs, wishing you all a very happy and healthy holiday season.
Hi, Damaris. It's an honor for us to be thanking you publicly. We thank you for your passion, dedication, and strength as a frontline worker.
I want to wish you and your beautiful family a happy holiday.
Take care, be safe, and stay healthy.
We love you guys.
My name is Arnold Garcia, a resident of Santa Clara County. I would like to take a moment to thank the first responders for all the hard work that they do. I would like to give a special thanks to James Hopwood, who is my nephew and has made this life choice to become a first responder.
My name is Jessica, and I've been friends with Damaris for over 20 years. I'm super excited for you guys. We want to thank you for all the long nights, the long hours, and just all the hard work that you put in for others, making sure that we're all safe during this time. We love you. Happy holidays.